Thanks for tuning into this episode of FinTech Focus TV, powered by Harrington Starr, the global leaders in financial technology recruitment. Head over to the Harrington Starr website where you'll be able to find all the latest jobs in financial technology across the globe. You'll also be able to download the latest issue of the Financial Technologist magazine, including the Top 1% Workplace Awards. Finally, if you're looking to grow your team, please get in touch. Enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to a special bulletin from FinTech Focus TV with me, Toby Babb. I am delighted to be joined today by Jim Kaye from FIX. Jim, how are you?
I'm very well indeed, Toby. How are you?
Very good indeed. Very good indeed. So as I say, look, it's a special announcement, a special bulletin today. The FIX event, one of my favourites of the year, the EMEA Trading Conference, is fast upon us. Jim, tell us the details.
Well, it's going to be a busy day as always. It's a one-day event, of course. It's the largest trading conference of its kind in London. It's on the 7th of March. We are at a different venue this year. For those of you who used to come to Billingsgate, we're in the etc. venues in Houndsditch in East London. So please come along there and please don't go to Billingsgate.
What can we expect on the venue? And it's an event there where I know you guys always have a few twists. You put a lot of work into making it a really good day for everyone involved in it. Tell us what we can expect from a different venue.
Yeah, we've got some great things lined up for you. We've got a very, very packed agenda. We've got 2 streams of sessions as we always do, with some pretty interesting topics on there. I mean, we'll go into perhaps on those in a bit of detail, but there's a lot of varied topics to cover, including a lot of things that we tend to do on the fixed trading community, and a lot of work our members have done, as well as more general topics. We've also got a specific series of workshops on T+1 because it's such a big topic at the moment with the US changes coming up in a couple of months, and so many discussions going on in other jurisdictions, not least of which being here in Europe and the UK. So plenty to cover.
And some expert talkers, as per usual. The speakers I think you attract to that event are getting better and better every single year. And as you say, it's an important year in the industry. I think there's a lot to be covering, a lot to be excited about. You mentioned T+1, obviously at the moment it's the thing that everyone's been talking about over the course of probably the last 6 months, but with even more fervour now. What else is on the agenda that people should be interested about this year?
Yeah, we've got a few things I think that are kind of related to work we've been doing on the fixed side. So consolidated tape, of course, is out there. That's a big topic for this year across the UK and the EU. Market outages makes an appearance. There's lots of market resilience and safety and testing to talk about. So we've got some of that. T+1, of course, plenty going on there. We've got a session on the importance of people, diversity, how to retain, how to attract, how to develop. This is something which we've covered a little bit in our New York conferences, and we started to do here because it's a very popular topic and an incredibly important topic. I think on top of that, we've got the kind of almost normal sessions we run on market structure across fixed income and equities. They are always useful, because we don't just talk about them in abstract. We talk about, how to solve the problems that come up. And I think that's what really makes our conference different to some of the others out there. We'll have our regulatory roundup. We're delighted to welcome a pretty strong cast of regulators from around the world. We've got Commissioner Peirce from the SEC turning up. We've got great representatives from the FCA, ESMA, and ASIC in Australia. So we're really looking forward to a very strong educational session on what's going on in the world of regulation over the coming year.
And it's always been to me an event where you see the sort of the cream of the crop who are there. As you said, it's pushing 1,000 people who come every year now. What's for people who maybe haven't been before, for people who are thinking about it, etc., etc. What would you say the real benefits of coming to the FIX event are?
I think we have a really diverse representation in attendees. We have the spread across the industry, the buy side, sell side, venues, regulators, associations, and vendors, of course. But we have different people within those constituents, and we definitely try and attract that. We want the decision makers, but we also want the doers. And you put those people in the room together, and I think great things happen. So we're very excited to attract that. And we put the content together, or rather our members put the content together to reflect that. We want to talk about not just what's going on and what matters, but also what it means in practice and what people should be doing about it. We want people to come away from the event thinking, I know what to do, or at least I know who to speak to figure it out.
I think that's a really important thing you just touched on there, where you mentioned your members put the agenda together. And I love that. I love the concept of that, because it means what you're getting from people and people who are coming to the event are really getting that sort of the things that matter to them, as opposed to a sort of generic, this is what we think people want to hear. This is stuff they were saying that this is the agenda that's important to us this year, which I think you guys do brilliantly. I also think it's something which you guys have put a real focus into, and we spoke about this when we were out in New York together, was the focus on the next gen and such like. So that I imagine is weaved into the DNA of this year's event as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got a lot of the, so when we say next gen, we just mean people who've been in the industry perhaps, less long than people like myself. We definitely want the input from these people across the agenda itself, and we definitely encourage them to speak and get involved in the conference itself. It's how we develop people in terms of their own careers, and also it helps us on the FIX side as well, just to kind of continue the community. So it works for everybody. But I think what we're seeing when we deal with people who've been in the industry for less time is fresh ideas, new approaches, particularly when it comes to technology, but also just fresh ideas when it comes to how people should work with each other, how we get things done as teams, both within their own companies and also across the industry. It's very refreshing, and we do everything we can to encourage it.
And there's a lot of different things happening across the course of the day as well. You've obviously got all the stands there and various networking opportunities, and I do think it's a fantastic network that you've got in FIX. There's a lot of people there who feedback to me before, during, and after just how important that whole thing is to them and their businesses as they continue to grow. It's a real, I think, feather in the cap to you guys about how you encourage and promote that networking opportunity within the teams or the businesses. But what I also like is the sort of diversity of opportunities that people have there to listen to various different things. So alongside the general sort of keynotes and such like, you've got a series of fireside chats and conversations, as well as more workshop orientated things as well. So tell us a little bit about how you dice that up and what people can expect there.
Yeah, I mean, what we're trying to balance is kind of large format sessions where we can get as many people as possible to learn as much as possible and experience the great content from our speakers, mixed up with much smaller events or sessions, if you like, where people can actually themselves contribute and get involved. And we've broken the conference up into really those two formats this year. It's something we haven't really done that much in this particular conference before. But I think with the T+1 topic out there, and it's such a broad topic, and it sort of interests so many of our members and industry participants in general, we felt we just had to carve it out and give it its own space within the conference. So we're running 4 T+1 sessions covering all sorts of topics, from what's going on in the North American markets to what's likely to come over here, to implications in terms of funding, FX, liquidity, ETFs, and so on. So various sessions for all of those, and details of all those are on our website. And I think the key point is that we want people to be able to kind of experience the main content and hear what the regulators have to say, what a lot of the main industry participants are thinking. And then if they want to and get involved in the much more detailed discussion, they can go off and do that. And I think that's a very, very powerful message to the industry, that we want to kind of expose our delegates to both types of experiences and really learn from them as much as we can help them learn from us.
Absolutely. And I've always loved this event, and particularly over recent years, where we've been really heavily media partnering with you, where we have the booth, and FinTech Focus TV and the DEI Discussions podcast will both be on site throughout the day. So I'm really excited to speak to a load of the members and be able to help them sort of bullhorn their message out and why they're there and what they're enjoying about the show, and actually what they're doing in their piece as well. So if you're watching this and you're at the event and you've got something to say about your business and something exciting to announce, then we've got channels to be able to do that on the day as well. So Jim, Houndsditch is exciting, new venue, 7th of March. Tell people how they can sign up and where they can do that.
Yeah, please go to fixtrading.org. That's our website. Go to the events page. You'll find all the details on there, or email fix@fixtrading.org. We can help you out that way as well. Either way, we'd love to see you on the day.
Jim, it's a pleasure as always. Really looking forward to seeing
Likewise.
you there. I have no doubt it's going to be another smasher. Thanks for coming on the show, and we look forward to seeing you on the day. Thanks for
You're
watching.
very welcome. Thank you very much.